Are you looking for a community that is extremely horse focused and has a lot of home options, new and resales, and also is in one of the best locations right now if you're looking to be close to Tampa? Hi, I'm Gabby Vance. I'm a local realtor here in the Central Florida area, and I am with the Gavin Group at Charles Rutenberg Realty. And today we're gonna be looking at Pine Ridge Estates here in Citrus County. Let's go take a look at our first house. This community was planned out in the 70s and 80s, and the goal has always been to keep it natural and looking as Florida as possible. It's over 4,800 acres of rolling hills. The lots are big, and it creates a space that makes you feel like you're in a private park rather than just some regular subdivision. Now, for my medical professionals that might be watching, who also love horses, we just saw the ribbon cutting for the HCA Florida Black Diamond Emergency Center here in February, and here very soon, Tampa General will be moving to the Citrus Hills area, building quite a large facility. With all this medical growth, it's a perfect time to talk about the physician's loan. So if you're a doctor looking to relocate to the area and you also love horses, you can get this specific area with 0% to 5% down and no PMI. That's a really big win if you're somebody who's looking to relocate and maybe doesn't want to use all their money to buy their next home. This loan also applies throughout the state of Florida, so if you have questions, let me know and I'll get you connected with one of my local lenders. Now let's talk about school zoning. If you have a family, you're more than likely curious what are the schools zoned for in this area, and that would be Forest Ridge Elementary, Citrus Springs Middle, and Crystal River High School. These schools are relatively close by, making that morning drive super easy and convenient. There are also popular private options. For example, Seven Rivers Christian School might be a great one, and it's just down the road. Now, if you're also a lover of horses, but you also enjoy getting on the boat and having water access, this area has tons of it. We're just 15 to 20 minutes from the Manatees and Crystal River, about 10 to 12 miles from Crystal Clear Head Springs at Rainbow River and Denellen. So you can spend your morning out riding on a trail and come back in the afternoon and go for a swim or kayak, which is really what the Treasure Coast lifestyle is all about. Let's talk about, lastly, the biggest thing to know about in this area is the Suncoast Parkway extension. With phase 2 opening up right there at County Road 486, the commute as we know it is almost gone. You now can get to Tampa Airport or anything extra in just over an hour. It takes Pine Ridge from a hidden gem to a major destination for people who want that space but still want to be able to get to the big city. Let's continue our tour, and if you have any questions about anything I have in here, just let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to get back to you. We are out here at our first home stop in Pine Ridge Estates here in Citrus County, and this home that I'm in was built in the early 2000s, but it has a really nice lot with no neighbors next door, and also this kitchen is super nice. So let's take a tour of this, and afterwards we're gonna go to their community center and equestrian center that they have here inside of this horse-focused community. All right, so as you walk into the left here, you will have a coat closet there, and then this is the open area. So again, it might be early 2000s, but it is still an open floor concept. You have your dining room over here, plenty of space to entertain. You also have a very, very large kitchen, has tons and tons of cabinet space and counter space as well. Some things to know about Pine Ridge Estates itself is it does have 28 miles of equestrian trail. So if you have a horse, this definitely is a great community for you. This is the laundry room here. We do have pretty large pantry, plenty of room, especially if you like to cook. Let's go over to the master bedroom. This house is currently listed for $450, and it does have that really big screened-in porch, and like I said, there are no next door neighbors. Well, here we go into the master, pretty large again. Does have ceiling fans, which is also nice, has those tray ceilings. There are two closets, which is nice, so that way you don't have to share one specific space. There are two of them. Now we'll take you into the master bath. They do have that soaker tub, dual sinks, plenty of cabinet space, its own area there for the toilet, and then the shower is a walk-in like this, which is pretty big. Something else to know about Pine Ridge Estates is that you're really close to all of the new shopping that they just put in this area. Pine Ridge Estates is just a short drive to Target, Publix, Walmart, all the things that you could need. They definitely have that within a close distance. Something else to know about this area is you're really close to the new Suncoast Parkway, which will make getting to Tampa about an hour drive. Honestly, a lot less stressful than if you were to take 75. They just have tons and tons of closet space. That is one plus about purchasing a resale home is they do do tend to have a lot more closet space compared to the new construction homes. I'm going to be taking you to a new construction home, so you'll kind of get to see and get an idea of what that looks like. So this does have a walk-in closet. This is the guest bedroom. We'll go across the way here to the other guest bedroom. Something else to know about Pine Ridge Estates is that they do have an entire equestrian area. So if you like to jump, if you want to train your horses, if you want to put them in a stable before you go on the trail, there are tons of things to do within that part of the community center, which I will be highlighting later in the video. This is the space outside. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the backyard. So it is a little bit over an acre. I think it's an acre 0.4, something to that degree. So the property definitely goes back up in there, and it does go all the way to the side there. So you will not have side neighbors because you have that drainage ditch next door. And the neighbors that are on this side are pretty far away because most of the homes in the specific area are on acre parcels. Now let's go see that equestrian center area that I mentioned, and that way you guys can kind of see what it looks like if you were to live here, what amenities you get for $118 a month. All right, so now we are in our next home tour, and this is gonna be a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It's listed for $459, and this is just to kind of give you an idea of what new construction here in Pine Ridge Estates looks like, and to give you an idea of what some of the options and upgrades that they typically do build in the specific neighborhood. They definitely don't build a lot of small homes. As you've seen in the tour, they build a lot of big homes. So let's go check this one out. All right, let's start off at the beginning of the home. This is your formal dining area. Over here on the right, you do have your office space. It could be used for a lot of different things, maybe a homeschool room, anything like that. That would be really great. This is the living area and also goes into the kitchen area. They do have a patio as well, and we'll go check that out here in just a short bit. They do have 2 pantries, which I think is super nice. So plenty of storage there. As we go to the left of the home, this is where the laundry room and garage is. It is a 2-car garage. This is bedroom number 1. And we'll go down over here. It does have a double sink in here, tiled shower for the guests. This is guest bedroom number 2. This does have a linen closet as well, which is really nice. Not all new builds have quite as much storage as the specific model does. Let's go into here. This is the 3rd bath. So this was what this looks like. It's almost a suite because the bedroom is right here. I would say this is probably the bigger bedroom out of the 4 bedrooms in this house. The schools specifically for this area are going to be Central Ridge Elementary School, Crystal River Middle, and High School. So it's going to be Crystal River Middle School, Crystal River High School, which are not very far away from where we're at. I would say it's probably about 15 minutes away, maybe 20. Now we're going to be going over here to the master bedroom. And like I mentioned before, this specific community is more focused on equestrian, even though in my opinion, I don't feel like that many people have horses. But if you do have them, you are more than welcome to bring them to this specific community. That is allowed. There are some other deed restrictions as well, but for the most part, I would say it's pretty lax as long as you keep your yard up and don't have a bunch of stuff everywhere. This is the master bath, and this is the shower area for the master. It's a little bit dark, but it is tiled all the way top to bottom. It does have that soaker tub. Let's go look at that patio. Like I was mentioning though, you do have those 28-mile worth of trails. So if you do have horses, this is just a really great spot. If not, it's still a really great spot as well because it gives you the space you might be searching for. If you're trying to escape out of the Tampa area, this might really be a great option for you. This is the covered patio, which is really nice. And it is a little bit over an acre. So the property line does go considerably back just from where this is sodded, but they only sod so much of the property. That's kind of typical for most new construction homes. It does come with gutters, which I think is really nice. Not all new homes have that addition. All right, now that I've shown you the last home for this tour, we're gonna be going to Cattle Dog Coffee Roasters. It's one of my favorites. I've interviewed the owner, his name is James, and they've been in business for a very long time and just really care a lot about their customers and creating a community environment. So while I'm there, I'm gonna be talking about some of the pros and cons of living in Pine Ridge Estates here in Citrus County. So let's go get us some coffee. So I got my coffee, Cattle Dog Coffee Roasters. Highly recommend, super great coffee. They roast their beans inside. They have a super large selection of their own coffee beans. They have K-cups, so much more. So I highly recommend them, and you definitely won't get a more friendly, more welcoming feeling than when you go here. So let's kind of talk about some of those pros and cons of living in Pine Ridge Estates here in Citrus County. Pro number one is going to be the fact that it is equestrian focused. So if you have horses and you're looking for somewhere to put them, this would be a great area for you because it is very much so focused. You can ride inside your community and feel comfortable. You can use the community barn if you want to. You have a community center, some activities, a great playground for your kids. It's just a really nice, well-maintained community. So if that's something that you're really looking for with 1 acre parcels, then this is a great option, especially if you want to be close to Tampa. So I would say the pro number two is the location itself. You feel like you're escaping into a almost rural area, but in reality, you're super close to just about everything and anything that you would need. Target, they're building so much more. Walmart's there. I mean, in Lecanto, there's just a lot right there in that close vicinity for you to go to. You also can catch the Suncoast Parkway like you saw, that is super close as well. And I'll talk more about, and like I've mentioned that before in this tour, but I just think the location is superb, and you're just not gonna find a lot of bigger homes in this area on bigger parcels. It just doesn't exist. It's not that common, and it's definitely not equestrian focused. That's more Marion County than Citrus County by far. Now let's talk about some of the cons. I would say con number one is the price point. Most homes in this community are starting at least at the minimum of $400,000. But to be honest, for a new home on an acre worth of property, it's pretty solid. You're gonna find about the same pricing in Liberty Triangle or some of the other equestrian communities that are in Ocala. Now it might be a little bit less, but honestly, it's gonna be about the same price point wise. But if you wanna be close to Tampa, this is a better option for you. Now, let's talk about the other con, is it does have HOAs and deed restrictions. Some people might view that as a plus because it does keep things a certain way, but if you want to do something specific, you do have to get approval for it, and it does have to meet those deed restriction rules. So just keep that in mind when you are looking for your next place to call home here in the Central Florida area. If you have any other questions about living here, living in Citrus County or the Tri-County area, feel free to call me, feel free to contact me. I really highly recommend you schedule the one-on-one with me. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything but your time, and I will sit down with you, go through listings on the MLS, and really figure out what lifestyle that you are looking for. I find many people struggle to figure out what area because they're looking at price point and not lifestyle, and that lifestyle really plays a big role into what part of Florida is going to be the best fit for you. I'm a native from here, so there's not much of Florida that I haven't been to, so I'm a great person to reach out to. Use me as a resource to help figure out where you want to be and what fits your family's needs best. So check that out in the description and schedule a one-on-one with me. Again, it's free. Use me as a resource. I'm Gabby Vance with the Gavin Group at Charles & Rutenberg Realty, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tour. Please check back in for many others in the Citrus County, Marion County, Lake County area. We have so much coming, so please hit that subscribe button. Again, thank you so much and have a good day. If you have any questions about this specific home or any others in the Pine Ridge Estates area, feel free to give me a call. I'm a native of Florida, so there's not much about this great state that I don't know, and I service most of it as well. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Gabby Vance with the Gavin Group at Charles & Rutenberg Realty.